So my name's Kopp. I'm on the men's swim and dive team here. I'm currently wrapping up my senior year, but I graduated last year with my bachelor's in sport management, and I'm currently getting my master's in sport management this year. Something that really helped is my two older siblings actually swam here, so I spent a lot of time here on campus hanging out with them, so I got a really good feel for the campus. But other than that, I probably toured about 5 or 6 different universities to swim at. And something that none of the others could replicate was just kind of like the family that I felt on the team, especially sometimes when you come on a recruit trip, they kind of make it seem more family than it is. But coming, hanging out with my siblings so much, I got to truly see how everyone acted, and that really showed the true colors of just how much everyone cares and how much everyone supports everyone on this team. Winning the conference championship was incredible, to say the least. On that team, actually, my older brother, Ben, was a senior that year. So not only was I able to help bring something to USD, but I was able to win something with him as well. And I think that's something I'm going to remember more than anything from that year. Just finishing that last swim, and the first person to run up to me to give me my hug was my brother. And it was one of the coolest experiences, and just one of those, you're never really ready for it. And you know, we knew we had a shot to win that year, but we knew we still had to try our hardest. And then after that relay, when it was all kind of said and done, it was just an incredible experience. Individually, I've probably won the 4 or 5 individual conference type championship in my event. And then relay-wise, I believe I've been on the part of 6 or 7 conference championship relays. So, definitely one of those, you kind of say to yourself, like, you know, I probably have a good shot of winning this, but then when it's all said and done and you get to walk away with those medals and those titles, it definitely feels a little more special. For my undergrad degree, you have to do a pretty extensive internship. So I actually did a semester's long internship with the athletic development department, which I loved, and it truly showed that that's probably a career I'd love to look into. And now currently that I'm in grad school, I'm actually a graduate assistant in our Student Athlete Success Center. So I'm an academic coach to about 10 to 15 different student athletes. So it's pretty fun to get to know other sports on a deeper level than just kind of like stats and everything. I kind of get to know the people like behind the jersey and how they actually are. So getting that experience this year has definitely been a heck of a lot of fun. I was actually fortunate enough to help in the Core Trust Club, and almost from the first day when Hillary introduced me as a current student athlete, it almost seemed to have even more and more people flock to me. And it didn't even matter that I was a swimmer, just that I was a student athlete. And through them getting to know me through that, they also started to understand swimming more and more. And I'd show up to a basketball game after I had a swim meet that weekend, and I'd have a handful of donors say, Zach, I really think you could work on your exchanges, your starts. And it was a lot of fun getting a lot of those critiques and getting some new people into the sport of swimming who otherwise might not have ever heard of it. This scholarship has meant the world to me. It's slowly progressed a little more each year as I've done a little better in swimming. And each year it kind of takes a little less burden off my plate. This year is probably going to be the first year that I don't have to pick up a summer job. So I'm incredibly excited about that, and I'm going to also use that to fully train all summer. So then not only do I have the best shot at this year's conference, but then next year's Olympic trials is kind of the end-all be-all goal for swimmers. So by having all summer to train, I get to be that much more ahead of where I want to be.